In the serene suburbs of Miami, where perfect homes line the streets, a sinister secret lies beneath the surface. A story unfolds, one of courage and resilience, hidden behind white picket fences. Meet Sarah, a woman of strength, living a life obscured by the shadow of her husband Mark. Their daughter Emily, an innocent bystander, caught in a web of deceit and torment. Beneath the charming facade, a storm brews, threatening to shatter the illusion of suburban bliss. Sarah, a devoted wife and mother, lives under the dark shadow of her abusive husband Mark. Sarah is a woman of quiet strength, her life a testament to the enduring spirit of resilience and hope. Yet, beneath the surface of her suburban existence, a tormenting darkness lurks. Mark, her husband, the man she once loved, has become her tormentor. He is the source of her fear, the architect of her pain. Sarah's world is a constant battlefield, a place where love has been replaced by fear, and tenderness supplanted by violence. Every day is a struggle for survival, a desperate attempt to shield her young daughter Emily from the harsh reality of their lives. She smiles, she laughs, and she plays the part of the doting mother and the dutiful wife. Yet beneath her smile lies a world of fear, a silent scream that echoes in the stillness of the night. Mark is a master of manipulation, a puppeteer who pulls at Sarah's strings, bending and twisting her to his will. With every harsh word, every cruel act, he chips away at her spirit, eroding her sense of self, her identity. He is a storm, unpredictable and destructive, leaving a trail of emotional wreckage in his wake. Yet Sarah is more than a victim. She is a mother, a protector, a beacon of hope in the turbulent sea of her daughter's world. She is the soothing lullaby that calms Emily's fears, the warm embrace that shields her from the storm. She is the rock on which Emily stands, her strength a testament to the enduring power of a mother's love. Sarah's life is a balancing act, a tightrope walk between the need to protect her daughter and the desire to escape. But escape is not that simple. The chains of abuse are not just physical. They are psychological, emotional, woven into the fabric of her being. They are the fear that keeps her silent, the guilt that keeps her rooted, the shame that keeps her hidden. Every day she dreams of escape, of a life free from fear and violence. She dreams of a place where Emily can grow, unburdened by the weight of their past. She dreams of a world where laughter replaces tears, where love replaces fear. But dreams are just that, dreams. And yet in the depths of her despair, a spark of defiance begins to glow. A spark that will soon ignite into a flame of courage, a beacon of hope that will light her way to freedom. Every day she dreams of escape, of a life free from fear and violence. One fateful day, Sarah's fear collides with her desperate hope for a better future. It was an ordinary day, just like any other. The sun was shining, the birds were singing, and the neighborhood was bustling with life. But within the walls of Sarah's home, a storm was brewing. The ever-present tension had reached a crescendo, and Sarah knew deep down that this was the day. This was the day she needed to escape. She had endured the torment for far too long. Every bruise, every harsh word, every tear had taken its toll. But the thought of her daughter Emily experiencing the same nightmare was the breaking point. She wouldn't allow her daughter to grow up in the shadow of such darkness. That realization sparked a fire within Sarah, a fire fueled by a mother's love and the desperate need for a better life. For weeks, Sarah had been planning, waiting for the right moment. She had been gathering the courage, the strength and the resolve to break the chains that bound her. And now, the moment had come. With Emily safely in her arms, Sarah made the daring escape. She could feel her heart pounding in her chest, the adrenaline coursing through her veins. But she pushed on, driven by the vision of a future free from fear and full of hope. Sarah knew that the journey ahead would not be easy. She knew there would be challenges, obstacles, and moments of doubt. But she also knew that every step she took was a step away from the nightmare, and a step towards freedom. She was not just running away from something, she was running towards something. She was running towards hope, towards resilience, towards redemption. With a heart filled with fear and hope, Sarah steps into the unknown, leaving behind the nightmare of her past. She was breaking free not just for herself, but for Emily. And in that moment, she was not just a victim, she was a survivor. She was a beacon of strength, courage, and resilience. And she was ready to face whatever came next, because she knew that no matter what, she had already conquered the most formidable adversary, her own fear. In her darkest hour, Sarah stumbles upon a beacon of hope. In the labyrinth of life, sometimes it is the kindness of a stranger that lights the path toward salvation. For Sarah, this beacon of hope came in the form of a compassionate stranger who offered her not just a job but a lifeline that would pull her from the depths of despair and set her on the course to a brighter future. Sarah, a woman who had known nothing but fear and torment, was now given an opportunity to rebuild her life. She found refuge in the warm embrace of a job that not only provided her with a steady income but also a sense of purpose. A purpose she had lost in the shadows of her past. Yet, this was not just about financial independence. This was about Sarah reclaiming her identity, her self-worth, and her dignity. It was about Sarah rediscovering herself, the Sarah that had been buried under years of abuse and torment. The Sarah that deserved to be happy, to be loved, and to be free. As she settled into her new role, Sarah began to heal. She started to mend the broken pieces of her life one day at a time. The physical wounds began to heal, but the emotional scars took a little longer. Yet, Sarah was not alone in this journey. She found solace in the company of her co-workers, her newfound friends who stood by her, encouraged her, and cheered her on. In this new chapter of her life, Sarah discovered the power of resilience. She realized that she was not a victim, but a survivor. She was not defined by her past, but by her courage to rise above it. She was not broken, but stronger than she ever thought possible. Every day brought new challenges, but also new victories. Small victories that made a big difference. A smile, a laugh, a moment of peace, a good night's sleep. These were her milestones, her markers of progress. They were proof that she was healing, that she was moving forward, that she was breaking free. Sarah's journey of healing and independence was a testament to her strength and resilience. It was a testament to the human spirit's ability to overcome adversity, to rise from the ashes, and to shine brighter than ever before. It was a testament to the power of hope, the power of kindness, and the power of courage. Through it all, Sarah held on to hope. Hope that the future held something better. Hope that she could create a safe and happy life for herself and Emily. Hope that she could finally break free from the chains of her past and embrace the possibilities of a new beginning. Slowly but surely, Sarah begins to rebuild her life, discovering her own strength and resilience. She was no longer just surviving, she was thriving, and in her heart, she knew that this was just the beginning. A glimmer of hope had ignited a flame that would light her path towards a brighter future. As Sarah rebuilds her life, Mark's violent tendencies escalate, leading to a dire turn of events. This is a chapter in our story where the wheels of justice begin to turn, and the echoes of the past finally catch up with the perpetrator. In the quiet suburbs of Miami, Mark's life takes a drastic turn. His volatile temper and abusive nature, once concealed behind closed doors, now bubble over into the public eye. A new wife, a new victim, experiences the same terrors Sarah once endured. The cycle of violence, it seems, continues unabated, but this time the outcome is different. A confrontation ensues, a heated argument escalates into a brutal assault, and the once silent walls of Mark's home reverberate with cries for help. Neighbors, once oblivious, are now alert, their senses attuned to the discord. The police arrive, the sirens piercing the otherwise serene suburban night. As Mark is led away in handcuffs, the gravity of his actions begins to sink in. The man who once held power and instilled fear now stands powerless, his fate in the hands of the law. The tables have turned and the cycle of violence has been disrupted. The law, often criticized for its slow grind, finally catches up with Mark. His impending punishment serves as a stark reminder that no deed, no matter how private or concealed, escapes the keen eye of justice. Meanwhile, Sarah, in her newfound sanctuary, receives the news. The man who once tormented her, who cast a shadow over her existence, is now behind bars. The news brings a complex mix of emotions, relief, vindication, and a sense of closure. It's a moment that marks the end of a chapter, the end of a nightmare that had haunted her for far too long. Sarah's journey, marked by resilience and courage, is a testament to the indomitable spirit of the human will. It's a journey that saw her rise from the ashes of her past, like a phoenix, ready to embrace a brighter future. The news of Mark's arrest adds another layer of triumph to her story. It's a validation, a confirmation that justice, though often delayed, is never denied. Sarah can now truly move forward, free from the specter of her past. The justice served not only punishes the guilty, but also liberates the innocent. It's a cathartic moment, a moment that brings closure and reaffirms her faith in the system. It's a moment that signifies the end of her ordeal, the end of her fear, and the beginning of her freedom. But beyond the personal, it's a moment that resonates with countless others who find themselves trapped in similar circumstances. It's a beacon of hope, a reassurance that justice, though sometimes slow, is inevitable. It's a reminder that no one is above the law, and every act of violence, every transgression, will meet its due consequence. Finally, justice is served. Sarah can now truly move forward, free from the specter of her past. From the ashes of her past, Sarah emerges as a beacon of hope and resilience. Like a phoenix reborn, she rises, stronger and more courageous than ever before. The scars of her past, both visible and invisible, serve as reminders not of her pain, but of her indomitable spirit, her resilience, and her unwavering determination to create a better life for herself and her daughter. Sarah's journey is not an easy one. It's filled with challenges and obstacles that would have broken a lesser soul. But each trial only serves to fuel her resolve, to fortify her strength. She learns to navigate the world with a newfound sense of independence, finding joy in the simplest of things: a peaceful night's sleep, a shared laugh with her daughter, a day without fear. In her struggle, Sarah discovers her own worth, her own value. She comes to understand that she is not defined by her past but by her courage to face the future. She is not a victim of abuse, but a survivor, a warrior, a testament to the power of the human spirit. Sarah's story does not end with her escape. It continues each day, as she rebuilds her life from the ground up. She finds work, providing for herself and her daughter, proving to the world, but most importantly to herself, that she is capable, she is strong, she is free. Her journey, however, is not just about her. It's a beacon of hope for others trapped in the shackles of abuse. It's a call to action, a plea to stand up, to fight, to break free. It's a testament to the fact that no one should live in fear, no one should be a prisoner in their own home, no one should be made to feel less than they are. Sarah's triumph is a victory for all. It's a message of hope, of resilience, of redemption. It's a reminder that it's never too late to break free, to reclaim your life, to rewrite your story. It's a testament to the power of courage, of determination, of the human spirit. From the ashes of her past, Sarah emerges victorious. She finds not just freedom, but a sense of self, a voice, a purpose. She discovers that she is not just a survivor but a thriver, a warrior, a beacon of hope. Sarah's journey is a testament to the power of courage and resilience, a beacon of hope for those trapped in the shackles of abuse. Sarah's story is a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always a glimmer of hope. Through courage, resilience, and an unyielding spirit, she broke free from the chains of abuse, finding strength in adversity, creating a new life filled with love, resilience, and newfound freedom. Her journey is a testament to the power of redemption and the human spirit's indomitable will. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you appreciate the story, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and join us next time for another inspiring tale.